Well, it's Saturday, and according to the Volkswagen thermometer, it's 54 degrees. However, look what we're doing. We're out on Route 66, that is to say Interstate 66. We are taking a ride out to Warrenton. Don't know what's out in Warrenton.
Well, Dawn,
never really been there. Cari's on the cell phone. And we're just having a great time here, freezing somewhat, and having the stink blowed off us. Well, here we are in Warrenton. This is the main street. I was happy to see a barber pole in good working condition. Looks like they've maintained it in good shape. Classic American Main Street. We arrived here at noon and a big bell started donging from the local church, and now we're looking around. This is a thrift shop. Hey, let's go in this thrift shop. What do you think, Cari?
Yeah, I think we should. It's cool.
Okay. Looks like they have all sorts. Looks like a higher class thrift shop. The Faucetts Auxiliary Hospital. Clothing section. Lots of interesting stuff here. Oh, perhaps not. Well, we're in Warrenton, so it should come as no surprise that we'll find Civil War limited to historical art prints, but wait a minute, what's this? Oh no, is that Martha Washington and George in some intimate moment in Mount Vernon? Ugh. Oh, look what we found in the basement of this store. An Ithaca grandfather clock, just like ours, in need of restoration. Cari's going nuts because of their fabric here.
Okay, so these are things
She's lost among the fabrics.
I see. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll send those to yard. Okay.
Well, we had lunch with our friends the Fawcetts in this Irish pub, and this is the rugby corner. And as you can see, the local club here, Molly's Marauders, the Warrenton Rugby Club, this is where they have their parties. There's a guy sitting there with his legs open for the camera. Some good rugby photography. I see since the advent of the digital SLR, photography has improved a lot. What I like is this other stuff, like this Penny magazine cover of the rugby player, and then you've got something called the Try here. And what really interests me is I drop you this, shows a kicker. Come if you can. Here's a guy running down the field with a ball. I like these old pictures. I return it with thanks. That's pretty cool. And then glad to hear from you. Here we are. We're in a store that sells, what is this stuff called? Yarn, thread, knitting, thread. It's a thread place. Now, this is an interesting mirror because it's distorted in such a way that it adds 50 pounds. You can't notice it on me, of course, but generally women who stand in front of this are not pleased by what they see. So, thread,
Got great stuff. So pretty.
This is
Oh, how beautiful this thing is. Isn't that pretty?
Cari all about the threads. The fabrics. Well, the thing about being a Latter-day Saint is you come into a store like this and you sort of look at it and go, nothing here I need to buy, actually. Not into the wines. But they have other stuff here. Kitchen gadgets and whatnot. This is yet another store in Warrenton. And they have the fabrics. Oh, wait a minute, these are towels. Well, I had to get a picture of this. Here we are in our steed, our mighty steed, in a parking lot somewhere in Warrenton. But look at this on the side of this here building. Well, it looks like we got Mosby here, just sort of hanging out. And we got some Rebs playing cards. Resolution so good you can almost see what hand that feller has. And he's up there looking out for Yanks probably. And there's a Reb up on a rock looking down at the Union camp. As I live and breathe, that must be a Union camp. They're all a spying on. Check it out. Yeah, on the side of the building. Here in here in Warrenton. What do you think of that?
Doesn't hold the charm for me that it does for you.
Well, here's something that caught my eye. The Fauquier Times Democrat, established 1817. But what really interests me is this, the hot lead linotype, used to set newspaper type at the Fauquier Democrat from 1936 to 1975. This machine required 330,000 steps to build. It has more moving parts than anything ever made by man. Well, I don't know about that, but Mike, I'm guessing this looks kind of familiar to you, maybe. Didn't you have something like this at Burbank High? Pretty cool. Hey, it's got a switch. What happens if you flip the switch? Nothing. Linotype machine. The Red Truck Bakery. Why is it called that? Well, look at this 1954 Ford F-100. Pretty cool. Here in Virginia, we like our trucks. Yeah, I can't see that very well. The Warrenton Courthouse. Doesn't say how old this building is, but here it is. With a statue of John Marshall in the front. Well, it's time for us to go home. Did you enjoy your trip to Warrenton?
Yes.
Do you think you might like to retire here?
Yes. It'd be nice.
Okay, well, the trip was worthwhile. We learned something good. So we'll say goodbye to Warrenton, Virginia.